Tom Brady just made a £220 million bet. In October 2024, the league gave the green light to his minority purchase of the Las Vegas Raiders. It didn't come as a surprise. Brady, after all, has been placing wagers across the board, commentating NFTs, electric race boats, lower league football, strategic aviation advising for some reason, making clothes, making supplements, and of course making videos. But among all these ventures, his gamble on the Raiders still stands out, not just for the financials, but for the groundbreaking impact it could have on both Brady and the entire NFL. Tom Brady has always played the long game. As a player, he prioritized legacy over short-term gains, often sacrificing larger contracts for long-term success. To understand why Brady bought the Raiders, it's crucial to recognize that he's applying this same playbook in business, building his vision through smart, enduring relationships. Two key figures were essential to this deal: an investment partner and an NFL owner. Brady and Wagner's partnership started by chance. A casual school connection between their sons in New York quickly grew into a game-changing business alliance. With Wagner's financial expertise and Brady's global brand, they quickly put their plan into action, acquiring English football club Birmingham FC in 2023. But in reality, their ambitions were already aimed much higher, the powerhouse of US sports. It was here that Brady's second figure would emerge as the perfect fit. Since 2011, Mark Davis has been the owner of the Raiders, inheriting the team from his late father. The family has never shied away from bold moves. Davis, after all, was the one to relocate the team from Oakland to Las Vegas in 2020. It's no secret he had long been an admirer of Brady, having tried to sign him to play in Sin City that very same year, though he had other plans at the time. Following his retirement, however, the relationship grew, with Brady purchasing a minority stake in the Davis-owned Las Vegas Aces. Recognizing an opportunity for another bold move, the trio began working on the Raiders deal, finalizing an agreement in May 2023. But the process wasn't without its challenges. The league's financial committee raised objections about the deal's valuation, up to 70% below market value. Owners weren't happy. No one wants to devalue equity in the league after all. But after 17 months of negotiation, an agreement was made. And in the end, Brady and Wagner were still given an astonishing deal: a 10% stake for close to half the Raiders' true value. Why would Davis make such an offer? Because he believed Brady had the power to turn the Raiders around. But the question still remains: what does Tom Brady see in the Raiders? Well, first, it's location. Las Vegas is no longer just the entertainment capital. It's quickly becoming the epicenter for global sports. Formula One, hockey, MMA, NBA, and MLB on the doorstep, all signs point to a Vegas sporting scene that is booming. And with the city's population set to grow over the next 2 decades, it's one of the hottest markets Brady could choose. The truth of the matter as well is that stakes in NFL franchises don't come around very often. With just 32 teams and rising valuations, even small stakes can cost hundreds of millions. Compared to comparable recent deals, Brady and Wagner got the Raiders for a bargain. Not to mention when you consider the long-term return on investment, the pair can expect the 10% to skyrocket by 2030. But let's be real, the NFL isn't played on balance sheets. What about when Brady looks at the product on the field itself? After all, the Raiders have been lost in the wilderness for over a decade. A coaching carousel, quarterback instability, no identity. The franchise has posted a 40% win rate under current ownership and sit in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL for the foreseeable future. So why would he want to invest in a team with such a troubled history? Well, reports indicate that this deal, for all intents and purposes, makes Brady the new captain of the Raiders ship. He's the football guy that Davis hopes can rekindle the success the franchise found in its glory years under his father. The two have wasted no time in promising a new Raiders approach, and this offseason they've started from scratch. Out with the head coach, out with the GM, a new era, and a fresh identity for Sin City. There's just one problem. Tom Brady already has a job in the NFL, right? As a minority owner, his role in the booth is restricted massively. No criticism of referees, no direct access to team facilities, no pre-game production meetings. Long term, the choice for Brady seems obvious. As a man who demands perfection, it's hard to believe him not committing all his time and energy to reinvigorating the franchise in the long term. Not least because he might just end up being the heir to the Raiders' throne. The pathway from player to coach is a well-worn trail in the NFL, but the leap from player to owner, that's a far more unique journey. In fact, only 2 players have ever become controlling owners, both of whom founded their own franchise. But there's good reason to believe Tom Brady might just be the third to join this very exclusive club. First, he's just getting started. Brady only needs 30% ownership to take full control, and given his initial sweetheart deal, it's likely he'll secure a greater piece of the pie should he so want to. Second, Davis has no successor. As the current owner of the Raiders, he will eventually need someone to carry the torch forward for the franchise, and who better than the GOAT himself? And third, the NFL thrives on legends. At its core, the league is an entertainment business. Brady as an owner keeps a global icon tied to the product, and let's face it, who wouldn't want to see an 85-year-old Brady lifting the Lombardi Trophy as the architect of a Raiders dynasty? For now, it's off season 1 for a rookie executive, and as history shows, success in sports is never guaranteed. The parallels with the late Al Davis are hard to ignore though. Al began with just a 10% stake, then gradually became one of the most iconic and influential owners in NFL history. For the fans in silver and black, it's easy to dream that history might just be repeating itself.